I can't say I'm optimistic. I am worried about two species of problem here that are related. I mean, there's sort of the near-term problem of just what humans do with increasingly powerful AI. And
remember when the internet felt alive? People could spend hours exploring new corners of the web and even engaging in discussions with real folks from around the world. Those days indeed seem increasingly distant now. Over the past few years, a creeping sense that something fundamental has changed about our online experiences has taken hold. The internet feels emptier, more artificial and less human. Many are starting to wonder if the internet as we know it is dead, and if so, what killed it? The concept of a dead internet isn't new. Back in 2021, an anonymous post on an obscure forum laid out what came to be known as the dead internet theory. Its core claim was almost crazy. The theory goes that the US government was using AI to gaslight the entire world population by flooding the internet with bot-generated content. While that specific conspiracy theory didn't hold water, it tapped into a growing unease about the state of the internet, and in the years since, as AI has advanced, incredibly, many of the post's observations have started to feel like it's coming true. The rise of generative AI, exemplified by systems like ChatGPT, DALL-E, and Midjourney, has supercharged the production of artificial media across the internet. These tools can now create text, images, audio, and even video that's often unrecognizable from human-made content. And what's worse is that they can do it at a scale and speed that's simply impossible for humans to match. Think about it. ChatGPT was reportedly creating more synthetic text for its users every 2 weeks than in any book ever. That's a crazy amount of artificial content being pumped into the information ecosystem, and it's not just text. AI-generated images are flooding social media and art platforms. Synthetic voices are narrating podcasts and videos, deepfake technologies blurring the lines between real and artificial video content. All of this begs the question, in a sea of AI-generated content, where do we fit in? The numbers indeed paint a concerning picture. Back in 2016, it was estimated that bots accounted for around 51.8% of all internet traffic. By 2022, some studies were suggesting that figure could be as high as 64%. And remember, this was before the explosion of generative AI tools really took off. More recent projections paint an even more dangerous picture. Some experts are predicting that by 2025 to 26, as much as 90% of internet content could be AI generated. Frightening, right? Now, not all of this bot activity is necessarily bad. Search engine crawlers, customer service chatbots, and other automated tools serve useful functions. But a growing proportion of bots are engaged in spam, fraud, disinformation campaigns, and other malicious activities as well. And even the benign bots are contributing to that feeling that the internet's becoming less and less human. Social media, once seen as a way to connect people across vast distances, has become particularly bot-infested. In 2022, it was estimated that between 9 and 15% of Twitter accounts were bots. Facebook reportedly shut down 5.4 billion fake accounts in 2019 alone, more than twice the number of real accounts on the platform. And that was before the latest wave of AI tools made creating convincing fake profiles easier than ever. Just picture it. You're scrolling through your social media feed, engaging with posts, maybe even striking up a conversation in the comments. But how many of those interactions are actually with real people? It's becoming increasingly likely that one's talking to bots, or at least engaging with AI-generated content without even realizing it. This shift has huge implications for how we experience the internet and interact with information online. The flood of artificial content making it harder to distinguish truth from fiction, reality from artifice. It's creating a sort of digital fog that obscures our view of what's real and what matters. Take the phenomenon of AI influencers, for example. These are entirely synthetic personas created using AI-generated images and text that can attract huge followings on social media. They're not real people, but they can influence real people's opinions, purchasing decisions, and even worldviews. It's a level of artifice that would have been hard to imagine just a few years ago. Or consider the impact on online discourse, comment sections, and forums. Once lively spaces for debate and discussion are increasingly populated by bots. These can range from simple spam bots to sophisticated AI systems capable of engaging in complex conversations. Either way, the result's the same. Real human voices are being drowned out in a sea of artificial chatter. Hurts. This isn't just changing how we interact online, but it's changing how we think about information and truth itself. When any piece of content we encounter could potentially be AI generated, it erodes our trust in what we see and read online. This reality apathy as some researchers have termed it, can lead people to disengage from online spaces altogether, or to make them shut themselves into echo chambers where they feel they can trust the information they're receiving. It's not just about content creation either. AI is also increasingly shaping what content we see online. Algorithmic recommendation systems powered by machine learning determine what posts show up in the social media feeds, what videos are recommended, what search results one sees. These systems are also designed to maximize engagement, often at the cost of promoting sensationalism, controversy, and even misinformation. What makes them? The results are kind of artificial curation of the online experiences. Instead of actively exploring the vast landscape of the internet, many users find themselves passively consuming whatever content these AI systems serve up to them. It's long past from the early days of the web, when surfing from link to link could lead to diverse viewpoints. So, is the internet dead? Well, not literally. The infrastructure of the internet is still very much alive and functioning, but the internet is a primarily human space, a digital commons where people from all walks of life could come together to share ideas, create and connect. That's the idea. The flood of AI-generated content, the proliferation of bots, the algorithmic curation of our online experiences, all of these factors are contributing to a sense that the internet's becoming less human, less authentic, less alive in short. It's as if one has built this incredible world-spanning network only to hand it over to the machines. But it's not all bad, that's for sure. Awareness of these issues is growing and efforts are underway to combat the negative effects of AI on our online spaces. Tech companies are developing more sophisticated bot detection systems. Researchers are working on ways to watermark AI-generated content, making it easier to distinguish from human-created material. And there's a growing push for digital literacy education to help people navigate this new landscape as well. Moreover, the same AI technologies that are contributing to these problems could also be part of the solution. AI systems could be developed to help filter out bad content, to fact-check information in real time, or to create more engaging and educational online experiences. It all depends on the user, right? The key will be finding a balance. It's important to harness the power of AI to enhance our online experiences without letting it replace human creativity and interaction. It's a challenging task, but an essential one if one wants to preserve the internet as a vibrant human space. In the meantime, what can regular internet users do? Being aware of the issue is a good start. Approaching online content with a healthy dose of skepticism, seeking out diverse sources of information, and making an effort to engage in genuine human interaction online can all help. Moreover, supporting independent creators, participating in smaller online communities, and exploring beyond the digital space of major social media platforms can also help keep the human element of the internet alive. Shortly put, the internet isn't dead yet, but it is changing rapidly. The flood of AI-generated content is reshaping our online world in profound ways also. As one's trying to figure out this new landscape, we'll need to be more self-screening, more and more intentional about how we use and shape our digital spaces. Keeping things aside, it's also important to remember that the internet was created as a tool for human connection and creativity. As AI becomes an increasingly dominant force online, work must be put in to ensure that it enhances rather than replaces human engagement. It'll depend on the choices humans collectively make and the systems to be built in the coming years. The future of the internet, whether it remains a vital human space or becomes a bot world filled with AI-dominated environment, depends on the same as well. The internet isn't dead, but it is at a crossroads. The path one chooses from here will determine whether the internet of the future is a thriving system for connection and betterment like the internet was imagined to be, or it can turn out to be one of those Terminator movies. The choice is on the users. Now, what do you think of this case? Do you think we can bring the internet back again? Do drop your views in the comments section below, and we'll meet again in the next video.